I'm eating chocolate, Milo.
Uh-oh.
I know. It's my breakfast.
Wow, that's a great choice.
It's from Yasmin in Germany,
Nice.
as is this.
Nice.
So I'm ready to go now. Okay, we're gonna make a neck pelt, but before we do, we're gonna put like a little Surrey poof on here. Like when you look at the camel pictures, they have all kinds of different fur things happening. So I'm gonna save some for, as I kind of go through these, I'll set aside what I want for the hump. So like these are a little lighter, maybe I'll put these on the neck, and then these are all similar and darker. So I'm gonna save those for the hump fur. All right, can you see the difference like between these two piles? Kind of.
I think
A
so.
little bit. It doesn't matter. Just pick what you want for the neck. And all right, I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, so for the neck, I put oh, this is a little dark. I put the pointy ends going up, like kind of like a mane. That might be the only.
Light patch.
Yeah, that's not quite enough. So scratch that. I'm gonna pick out some dark stuff. This one has some second cuts in it. Just so you know, that's what that is. So the sheer cut and then cut again. It's okay, just get them out of the way.
My stomach is noisy again.
I know, I noticed already.
Yep.
Okay, so I pick a nice section and kind of fan it out, and then I want these sticking up as far as I want them because I want those pretty tips to be showing. And then this I might cut a little bit, but that's okay because it's already the cut end. And then I'm going to put a little bit of tan core as a holder downer. Like that. A little extra.
Gonna have a big poof. So the top of the head and the little thing that sticks out at the neck are this one piece. I wouldn't have guessed that from looking at the finished camel.
I'm full of surprises like that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of lazy, is the thing.
Smart.
So
You
I
work smart.
I find ways.
Surrey needs a holder downer.
It does. It does. It's too hair-like. It doesn't have a lot of felting barbs. Now, I'm going to make a neck pelt, which I make about the size of the palm of my hand because it gets narrower at the top, wider at the bottom, and then it goes... How did I get so stuck? And then it goes like this, with the fringe going up. So if I put my hand on here, I can see kind of what I'm shooting for. I'm gonna do a little bit of core wool, a little bit of tan core, getting wider as I go to the bottom. So maybe about 4 inches across the bottom. Then a 3-inch piece, then a 2-inch piece, then a 1-inch piece. And then now, okay, so I'm making a pelt so I can think about, these two sides are going to be what's coming up. This is the bottom, the middle of the pelt, and then the two sides are coming up. So if I want any color change, for example, I could do some tawny on the low part of the neck. I could do a little bit of this lighter natural color. And then I could do something a little deeper as I get towards the edge of the neck, like some autumn gold. It's covering up my Tawny. I should have put, I'm going to back up, and here's why. The Tawny has a shorter staple, so this autumn gold, this is long for autumn. This is long for this fiber. That surprised me. So I'm going to put that first. That way, because I don't want it to be all this color. I just want that to peek out at the top. And then I'm actually going to put a little bit of this, this merino, this beautiful Marrakesh merino. Gosh, it is so soft. And I'm putting it towards the top because that's where that Surrey is. And so I'm just kind of like making an additional blender there. Okay, now I'm going to put the Tawny back on top. Okay. And then I'm just going to stab it. I don't have to flip it over because I'm not making a shape. I can just stab it from the top. And then make sure it's not getting too stuck. That's a pretty color. I like, that's gonna look good on the body as well. I gotta remember what I did there. We also have some chestnut. I might throw some chestnut in there too. Just startled me.
Yeah, it looks a little crazy.
Okay, so on the second camel I made, I ended up cutting this so that it could, so that it could go around that. So I think I'll do that. But I just want to make sure it's all centered. Let me get that started on there.
So it sort of stays fringy on the top?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it fringy on the top. I got it. Sorry, you didn't even have to. Yep. So just right there. That way I can just span that. You really shouldn't use your needles to manipulate your fiber, but sometimes it works well.
You run the risk of breaking them, or why should you not?
If you can just tease something out, like sometimes when I'm working on a face in particular, like, you know, you've got all these little things to kind of blend, and sometimes like just taking your needle and it just works really well. It just makes a big difference.
Ooh.
I know, it's like he got filleted or something. I really love these colors. I'm glad we put these additional colors in here. For a second I thought I put it on upside down, but I didn't. Like, for a split second I was like, why is there all this tan? We're gonna do the face next.
Oh, you got excited.
Look how that
Yeah, it's great.
Marrakesh comes up in there. I just like saying that word. Francisco. It's not a good tutorial without an elf reference. Are you the one who didn't see Elf?
Oh no, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Moonstruck. That's what I have not seen.
Talbot finally watched Moonstruck, and he was. You'll be moonstruck when you watch it. Cher and Nicolas Cage. Cher's mesmerizing. Nicolas Cage is
Young, I bet.
young, dynamic. Well, like just the role just suited him so well. Okay, let's do a face.
One piece made a big impact there.
Cool. That's the way I like it. The face is, here's what the face is. The face is 3 pillows, eye bump, head bump, a right angle jaw, a nose bridge, and 2 ghosts. That's it. Well, we got a
Nose
got a
things.
double-decker taco. Yeah, so let me hold him down here. So eye bump, head bump, right angle jaw, ghost. This is a one whole piece double-decker taco.
Okay.
Yep. Then we got little things like blending, eyeball. I think I usually end up putting like a lid and a lid, and your ears. But it's not. Gosh, they're fun. They're fun. So funky. Okay, so this you're gonna need your tan core because this is how we're gonna make most of the face shapes and your Zoli tool. And we're gonna start with the eye bumps. And we're going to make 3 little Zoli tool pillows on the round side. So let's take about a 4 to 5 inch piece of core and split it into thirds. And see how that works for us. So you're pretty much going straight around. You might, go a little bit side to side, but you're making a 3/4 inch pillow approximately. Their eyes really stick off their head. Like they are so cool looking. And I think that's what's so fun about the camels is kind of like pumpkin faces. Like they can just be, they're pretty goofy. Like if you tend to get goofy faces when you don't want one, this is gonna suit you really well. I'm gonna set this stuff aside. I'm gonna make it and set it aside so that we can just put it together all at once. Now we're gonna make 2 right angles. This piece in workshops, everyone struggles with. So I'm pulling a 2-inch piece right off of the core. So a whole of the roving. So like a whole 2-inch piece. And 2 inches less fringe, right? Okay, so here's the shape. I'm actually going to restack this a little bit. I think they're the same amount of wool, but this one just got a little more spread out. Draw a center line. And draw an arrow. Move your arrow tip down, not right at the top, because you want this bulk in the shape. We want this to be a fairly substantial shape, not thin like a pancake, because it is this. It's like if you feel your jaw where it turns the corner under your from your nose going down towards your chin, that's what we're making. So draw your arrow, and then make sure your arrow is a right angle. Everyone wants to make it too narrow. So if you're not sure, pick up a piece of paper, put it in there, and you know, okay, that's a right angle. The Zoli tool is not a right angle. Then fold the top down so you get that bulk of that wool in there, and fold each side in. What you doing, Milo?
Well, I'm resting my back.
And kind of stab it in on itself so that you encourage that, keeping that bulk there.
I missed a good neck proverb.
There's
At
a
the
neck proverb?
Yes, and it was not well timed because, we just started here today and I'm off my game.
All right, so go for it now.
A camel cannot see the crookedness of its own neck.
No, it can't. Because this is what happens. Here's what happens. One camel says to the other camel, man, your neck is messed up. Your neck's so crooked. And then, dude, Your neck's so crooked. No, it's not, man. Yes, it is. Look. Oh, he's right. That's what happened.
It's a good thing you had a 2 camel visual reference to act that proverb out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get that one.
No, you don't get me right now? Are you serious?
I am not
He
picking up
has
what
to look at his own neck to see if it's crooked. Okay?
It's
and
very,
then he's like,
it's very
he's like,
crooked.
oh yeah, you're right. He can't look at his own neck. I can't believe you didn't get that. That was gold.
It was more tawny.
Oh
and
my
Americash.
I'm gonna smack you. I'm on fire and you're shooting me down. Okay. We need the bridge of the nose. We're going to do that on the round end of the xylitol. We need a long piece. Split it in half. This is going to be too much. Stretch it out. This is going to be too much. Just warning you that you're not going to need it all. And then wrap like about 2 inches. It's going to get longer, so. And this we want really tight because we really want to. It's a bone, you know, we're making a bone, so we want this on the tight side. Well, it wasn't too much. And then I'm going to go ahead and stab that a little bit because it can stay this shape. You don't have to change the shape of it. You actually kind of want that point on the end. But I don't want it
to fall apart.
I don't want it to loosen up at all, yeah. And because we made it on the xylitol, not a skewer, it has a little bit of sculptability. You like that word?
Yes.
Okay. Top. No, not tacos. Ghosts. Ghostesses. Let's see what I say about ghost. I say 1 upper lip ghost and 1 lower lip ghost. I don't give myself a lot of notes.
Well, you're gonna want to do some color.
Yes, 2 2-inch pieces, upper and lower. We want these nice and wide because the lower lip you're gonna kind of sculpt. You know, it's ultimately gonna end up about thumb size. But you want to sculpt like kind of around a chin and make it, you can stab in here and get that little kind of puckered lip look. And look under here.
Funny lips.
I know. And then under here, I took the actual ghost shape and made a dent as if these were the 2 jawbones, you know, continued from the corner jaw piece that we made. So that is all one fell swoop. I'm going to go darker towards the tip. So when I do that kind of color transition, I like to put my lightest color at the bottom.
You're using tawny?
I'm using the tawny. And then my darkest color at the tip. What do I want my darkest color to be? I don't know. I think I might go, I'm not going to go as dark as the dark gray. I'm going to do this. These 2 blend together pretty well, actually. But what I would normally do is then put like a 3rd color blender. I'm going to put a little bit of acorn on there just for a little bit of color. But so
Autumn gold.
Autumn gold, sorry. So, yeah. Okay. And then this we have to turn over. Do I want to go darker on the lip? No, I'm gonna stick with this. I did the other 2 camels with a pretty dark lip. The 2 camels that I made, I put this on the end. All right, so a wide ghost to me is about, not quite, maybe 2 inches wide towards the bottom, see? But about an inch wide at the top. Definitely start out way bigger than your thumb because you're trying to end up kind of the size of your thumb. Fold the top in, fold the sides in, let all the fiber overlap in the center. That's what gives it some structure. And then this round end, we want to be fairly finished. So you can see the other side. This can be a little pancakey because it doesn't need a lot of dimension, this piece. All right, so we're gonna say that's the lower, probably the lower lip, which then I can shape a little bit. Like, let's stab this. Sometimes I put a little, you can take a little piece of coral wool and fold it into a kind of a little knot, like the size of a bean, and stab it in here. I didn't actually do this on the other camels, but I've done it on other things. And then when you put it on the face, it gives you a little chin bump to kind of sculpt around a little bit. Okay, so we need to make another one, and this gets a little bit of a different treatment. Same shape, ghost. It'd help if I worked straight on my stab it, wouldn't it? Not like, that's the way I write.
Is this one a little smaller?
Shouldn't be. Could be. Shouldn't be.
It's not smaller, it just has less at the bottom.
Yeah, a little, like, not quite as long this way. All right, now, the upper lip, we want to go ahead and give it, start its dent. I'm going to use a little bit of dark to make that. This might be too extreme, but. So I want to pucker it right there. All right. I think that's all we need for now to get started putting the face together. Let's start with the first piece that we made, the eye bumps. These should go about a quarter of the way from the back of the head, or a third of the way. Like not down here, not back here, right there. So I'm going to put the fringy edge kind of even with the top of the head and try to actually poof it into, like, kind of keep this tight. Don't pull it tight around the side of the face. You're trying to make a distinguished bump right here, like a fly or a bee.
Freaky face stage about to begin.
Yeah, see.
Looks a little bit like an ostrich.
Yeah, it does look like an ostrich. It's funny how just different species that live in the same type of environment have similar stuff.
Oh,
There's a word for that.
a really interesting fact somewhere in here that I was saving for the eyes.
I got distracted by my neck. Every once in a while I gotta stab something a little different. This head bump goes behind the eyes. We just need a rise back here. It's once you put the eyes on, the rest of the head gets too low. So this.
So camels have a third clear eyelid.
I knew they had 2 sets of eyelashes.
They have a third eyelid that protects their eyes from sand and dirt.
Yeah.
And they have 2 sets of eyelashes, which
Yeah.
help clean them. They can also shut their nostrils during a sandstorm.
Yeah. I can too. Watch. All right, we got to put. I always think I want to put the chin on, but no, we got to put these. We got to put these jaws on. Milo. Why do people?
Because some of us can't see direction.
Okay.
She's asking me because I have a hard time visualizing things.
Every single class. So I can't figure out a different way to say
Oh,
this.
okay.
So I don't know. I'm honestly asking.
Hey, people,
For
watch carefully.
Why you made a corner, right? We made that right angle, and that right angle is this corner of the jaw. So this is if you look at a skeleton or skull, this is the jaw, and it goes like that. Fuzz goes up onto the. It's fine. All that fringe is fine. There's like hardly any wool there, so it doesn't matter if it covers your other pieces.
Why is that hard to see? It's not hard to see. Why is it hard to figure out? I'm thinking.
I don't know. I'm looking right now, and I'm like, that's where the eye's gonna go, so I'm gonna stab it.
Do people want to rotate it?
Yeah, people want to do all kinds of stuff with it. Yeah.
Right, like
Yeah.
people want to rotate it.
So it's a right angle. It goes up and it goes. That's what I need to say is that the one side goes vertical
Yes,
and the other side goes horizontal.
because I can see wanting to shift it.
Yeah. That's probably the key words that I haven't used yet.
You might have. Sometimes people chat.
I always get so my right side of my critters, everything's like shifted because on my left side I'm stabbing back at it. On my right side I'm stabbing this way, so I have to make a conscious effort to stab.
That's why you
Back.
see the top of her head right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, looking great.
Yeah. Okay, now we can put the chin. Straighten your neck out, buddy. They're gonna make fun of you, and then not understand your funny jokes. So I've got my chin bump, which I'm gonna want kind of like right on that end of that. So the lip's actually gonna stick off quite a bit. So since I've got that positioned, I'm gonna start by this stabbing down the center line between the jaw here. So if you look under a horse or next time you catch a zebra, look underneath it, and you'll see this shape that I'm creating here. Whoa! Way weird. Yeah, and they're so easy to make because they're so goofy. Like this is the way they really go. Is this weird like little thing right here. All right, I will do more kind of lip shaping after I get my other pieces on. Now we're gonna put the bridge of the nose. Whoa, everything's a little wonky, crooked. And the bridge of the nose is going to go the tip to the tip of the wire, and then this kind of comes back and evens out all these bumps between the eyes here, the eye bumps. So you really just want to felt this down onto your your wrapped armature. Can you see? Okay.
You can see,
Okay.
and you're little. It's fine.
Yeah.
You need it there so you
Yeah.
can.
Oh, I can use my little.
Ooh, look at that. It's important those pieces get tacked in pretty well.
Right. These are these are like firm kind of skull type pieces.
If everything's too loose and floppy, the top pieces won't stick.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Top ghost. So just have it stick off. Getting weirder and weirder.
A couple stabs, it's gonna look just like a camel.
I know. This bump right here, this bridge of the nose that we just put on, they really have this like kind of strong. That's where their nostrils are gonna go, like on top of that.
We'll say it again, you should, well not again this tutorial, but we say it in all the tutorials at this point, you should be looking at camel pictures.
Oh, I probably should be looking at camel pictures.
You've made a few recently.
I don't have one up right now. All right, now we're gonna get these lips a little bit under control, but this is kind of the way they are. Usually on these camels, I can blend away the lip corner without creating a corner to the lip, like another piece, because these ghosts have so much. And they have like little like smiles and stuff. Like sometimes their mouths turn up, so you could actually. This is where like your stabbing kind of becomes your sculpture, your sculpting. Oh my gosh, so funny. All right, let's get some eyes, little black eyes, so that we can start building around that. That's gonna make you feel better that you can see a little face. I need a little more than that. So use your black core. I need a sip of my tea. Okay, and I've been doing this in my hand lately, like just folding the sides in and rolling a pea. You want these on the big side. And see if you can find that eye bump. And it's gonna stick way out right now. So just, it's not getting nestled into anything. It's kind of sticking off the eye bump. I did make a little dent in my eye bump, but it's like long gone.
Here's one of my favorites.
Okay.
A Turkish proverb. No camel root is long with good company.
Yeah.
Thinking a trip in the desert might feel long, no matter who you're with.
I know, right? Maybe if I was with The Rock, it would be okay. Oh, Milo, I meant maybe if I was with you. It's all right. The Rock's got nothing on you. He doesn't have your hair. He doesn't have any hair. Dwayne Johnson, if you're watching.
Is that a formal invitation on a camel trip out in the desert? I think it might be.
I think it's kind of like why? All right. Why is this sticking out and this is not? What happened? Do you see that?
Yeah, you done messed up. I have a feeling you are going to fix it.
I have a feeling The Rock's gonna call me and invite me on a
Safari?
not a safari. What's the word? You know what I really want? I want one of the tents. I want one of those. Oh my gosh, those tents are so beautiful that the nomads use. They're just so pretty.
You want it for like your backyard?
Yeah, gosh, how awesome would that be with lights and like big pillows, and of course it would get like buggy and dirty and like dogs would get on it and
Chickens might hang out in there.
chickens would hang out. Look at he has a one eye bump and not one other eye bump.
Aw.
But he's happy about it.
Yes.
I'll fix them. I'll fix you. Okay. The nostrils are kind of fun. I would make it out of like one color that is on your camel. It's a double-decker taco. I'm going to use this. I might put a tiny bit of tan core in here just so that it has a little bit of oomph. But if your lips are dark, then you probably use this, or a combination of this and this would work really well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll put this in it so that what pokes through is dark. Okay, about an inch wide. Stab a third of the way down. So not right in the middle. This gives you just not quite... When you make a double-decker taco and you stab right in the middle, it gives you a bulkier piece. But if we start a third up, then this is less wool that's getting put into the actual shape. And then we want it to be about a quarter of an inch wide this way. So I'm going to punch it a little bit. This is called a punch tool. That's why I said that.
That's going to be stuck.
Yeah. Now, the way this goes, you can give it a little tug in the center. But the way it goes onto the face is like that. And the fringe goes back. So I'm going to center it first. I'm just making a center line. Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. And then it's on this bump that's in here. It's not down here or anything, it's back here. Cool thing about all these ghost shapes and different colors is like they automatically put some kind of cool color changes on your face. Then once I get it centered on there, I need to work this around into the fold, and this is where your needle teasing can be helpful. So it almost folds back to the middle. I don't think this is so long. There we go. And then you want this to come, like, you got to stab this back in on itself and this back this way. Like that. Oh, my head's going to be in the way. I'm sorry.
We're super zoomed on your head. I was trying to get, like, past your head. Oh, I think I might have done it.
Oh, okay. Good, because there's no way for me to work on the right side without leaning over. All right. I'm going to tweak that a little bit without my head when you guys aren't looking at the top of my head. Alright, I got one in farther than the other. There we go. I can do it from this side a little bit. Oh my gosh, I love their nostrils. nostrils are so funny. This is what I was talking about. Like, these weren't blending really well, so just by teasing it with my needles, I can make that transition better. Okay, he needs he needs a big eyebrow on this side for sure, because I'm gonna have to make 2 different size brows, because his left side, I don't know where his eyeball went. He lost it. Totally lost it. So they are also double-decker tacos, and I'm gonna make them out of a dark color. I think I want that dark around his eye, that kind of moody, dark.
We finished yesterday talking about camels and if they were friendly.
I'm putting a little bit of cinnamon core in here, in the center. So it's not really going to show, but it might stab through a little bit. Anyway, have fun with these colors. You have a lot of colors here. So. We talked about what?
Camels and if they were friendly.
Oh.
And it said, you just said moody. And it
Oh.
said they were, moody was one of the words, and that they grumbled as they did what you asked them to do. So not like aggressive, just grouchy.
Yeah. Kind of like a donkey, I imagine.
Yep.
I keep, this is a little wide, so I just don't want it to get more than an inch wide. So similar to the nostrils, except since we're making it out of core wool, I want it to be a little bulkier, and this is too wide. So I'm actually just going to take a little bit off the end. Should be about 3/4 of an inch wide. So let me do this again with this piece. I'm going to narrow it up before I start stabbing. There we go. And about 1/4 of an inch of stabbing space. That one was too wide too. Okay. Oh, I was gonna make one bigger. This one's a little bigger. So I'm putting the bigger one on the left. They really dip in right here. Look at pictures. Look at pictures. So these shapes, as you stab, it's like you're sculpting. All right. Oh, he's so funny. All right, and this one I'm stretching out just a little bit. My head.
Well, it was impressively switched focus from the camel directly to your
Gosh,
hair,
sorry.
then back to the camel, back on the camel.
All right. We need low lids. So funny. I'm going to do the low lids in this. I think a little thin double-decker taco will work here too. Like maybe, just depending on what you have going on and what you need. You might just need a plain taco. or a double decker taco.
Like an inch or so of fiber.
I have like I'm trying to keep it small. I'm trying to keep it about 1/2 inch wide. I'm just feeling it and trying to decide if I want to flip it again. I think I do. I'm going to flip it again. This one's a little wide. That just gives you this like little rolled edge to play with.
Stuff happening outside.
I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna try to come
Oh, Talbot's here.
up.